Welcome everyone to another episode of the top 10 cut content PvP moments that you didn't know about the lore of Dark Souls 2. But I'm not doing it alone this time. I brought two very special guests. Emeal, will you say hello to everyone?
Hello everyone. Thank you, Otzdarva, for bringing me onto the show today.
And let's not forget about our other guest, please.
You're right guys, it's Jilly here, and I'm glad to be here today, Otz.
Well, what can I say? I'm honored to have had you here. You can leave now. So yeah, let's get right into it. So we're gonna start the list with a very useful trick to avoid the crossbow traps you'll find in some of the chests in this game. The trick, this is poison. Just roll away from it. So yeah, as I was trying to say, what you have to do is position the camp. Oh, poison again. Yeah. Just bear with me here. Where's the next fucking stupid ass? You know, the whole trap thing maybe was a little bit too reliant on luck, so we're gonna go with something more reliable that can help the average player a lot more. How to get a fire longsword very early into the game. You wanna run down this path in the Forest of Fine Giants, and you come across this cave with a fat fire salamander. You gotta run through the fire and flames just like that, go past it, and here's its spinning friend that will point you in the right direction. And well, fuck. What you're gonna find here is not the actual sword, but the fire drake stone. The sword you're gonna have to farm in the old Aquilari. Should you get a piercing sword like a rapier, just discard it immediately. You'll learn very soon that piercing swords are for pussies. But anyway, you'll get the longsword soon enough. So the next thing you want to do is defeat the Pursuer. Take the Drangleic Arlane's flight to the Lost Bastille. Get the Dull Ember. Talk to Maduff. And infuse your weapon. So there you have it. Your very own fire longsword. And for those of you that already knew how to get this, just don't be dickheads in the comments, will you? The fire longsword can easily carry you through the game. But did you know that if you equip the King's Ring, you will actually get a fire damage bonus? But that's not even all of it. If you wear the King's Ring, the statue enemies in Drangleic Castle will actually ignore you. So yeah, pretty useful. Another trend that you see among new players is that they try to actually summon other players for help. Now this is wrong on many levels. Most players that drop down a white sign are just trying to get some humanity back so they can progress back in their own world. So summoning them isn't always so useful. As you can see, they often don't even last a few seconds. The best thing you can do is just run back to the bonfire and start over by yourself. Bangle, despite being one of the most beloved characters in Dark Souls 2, is a character shrouded in mystery. Who really cut his head off? We really don't know. Until now. I think I finally figured it out, guys. I started thinking, Bangle comes from Forosa. The same land from which the Ivory King that we find in the Old Chaos comes from. And we all know that the Old Chaos has originated from the Vat of Chaos, from the original Dark Souls 1. But there's no bit of chaos in Dark Souls 2, some of you might say. Well, think again, you fucking idiots. How do you explain this? But that's just the tip of the iceberg here. Before her battle begins, we can see clearly how a chaos book crawls inside the eye of the lost sinner. And think about it, who else is talking about seeing all fucking day? That's right, Cromwell the Pardoner, who incidentally is voiced by Tom Kutcher, the very same man who voiced Benhar of Hugo. And as we all know, Benhar of Hugo is carrying a Blue Moon Greatsword, which is a fake version of the actual Moonlight Greatsword that you obtain if you trade the soul of the Duke's Dear Freya. And do I need to remind you where Freya was being kept before she escaped? That's right, in a cage. A cage very much like the one we find in Drangleic Castle, where a Milfanito is being held hostage by Nashandra. And now, who do we battle shortly after meeting the Queen of Drangleic? I shit you not, it's the Twin Dragon Riders, and some of the most enlightened among you might be seeing where I'm going with this by now. It all starts with the first Dragon Rider we meet, and the strange tile pattern that we can find just below it. Is it really a coincidence that we find this very same pattern inside the boss room of the one boss in the game without a head that is also known to have cut off the heads of her servants? It might be too late to save bangle at this point, but remember, if you kill that bitch, don't forget to bring her soul here and just fucking crush it in front of him. At long last, bangle has his revenge, and that's how you complete the bangle's quest, guys. This one is a very simple farming trick that you can do at the exile holding cells bonfire in the Lost Bastille. You know, it's real simple. You just collect the 2 common fruits that are in that cell, go back to the bonfire, burn an ascetic, and do it again. And I know there's many PvE players that aren't going to find this very useful, but trust me, there's a good reason I'm asking you to do this. Do this at least 30 times. You'll thank me later. Just like in Dark Souls 1, there's a very overpowered weapon that you could get pretty early in the game. I'm gonna let Reddit user Ornstein Solaire Child explain it. Kill all the dragons in Dragon Eyrie, and don't talk to channel it there, or rest at a bonfire, or die. Should be pretty easy. Backstep all the way to Majula. Backstepping is the only way to move. If you take 1 step, you're done. When you get to Benhardt's original location, consume 56 common fruits, and drop a Blue Moon Greatsword and a Moonlight Greatsword, but unupgraded. See, I told you needed the common fruits. You can walk now. No running, walking. You must kill Emerald Herald with a +4 Enchanted Hunter's Blackbow with lacerating arrows. She drops the Emerald Dragon Sword, which is upgraded with Petrified Dragon Bones, and has 400 damage at +5 with S scaling, strength and dexterity. It's a straight sword with the same moveset as the Baldur's Side Sword from Dark Souls 1.
By the way, did you know that in New Game Plus Scholar, the chest with the rusted coin on your way to the Forest of Fallen Giants has a fire-infused halberd?